Yeah, why not? Would have moved that over here, cause damn it, man, there's a lot of stuff in the way here. Yeah, people might start showing up. I'm just hanging around. Nothing else on. Justin is the only thing on the directory for a while. So I'm gonna fart around and do some stuff, and you can watch or not. It's okay. Don't bother me either way. Yeah. I get the scope. I'll pull that out. There we go. We got a massive number of quarters over here. 240, about a half a box of quarters I got to play with. And let's look at them. See what we got going on. Right now I just got them sorted out. I got the but nobody's online right now. And Brad G was saying, what do we watch now? So I figured I'd give some people something to stare at. And you can chat, do your thing. I'm just going to do mine. This is not a scheduled show. There's nothing going on. I'm just looking at coins. And while we're at it, we can always talk about coins. Gives me something to talk about instead of just a cat. Kitty, look, I got a piece of pepperoni here for you. That's all he wants out of life. So I got a few pieces here. Every now and then I give him one. See, a piece of pepperoni. Look at, oh yeah, he sees it. He sees it. He's got, oh man. I think he got me. Look at that. You can't, oh, you nasty dad. Land on that coffee. Right here. Yeah. Did you even taste it? Gone. Can I shake your baby? You can shake your baby anytime you like. It's okay with me. Here's Hannibal Lecter, Chris Hurley. CJ's here. CJ went live earlier today. He was looking at some stuff. Pretty much the same thing I'm doing. Just looking at coins. I got a whole stack. I got coins and sacks, sacks and stacks, racks with stacks. There's no end to it. Good Lord. I got this. I cleaned off my desk here. And this is the stack of Lincolns I got to go through. There's a bunch of proofs. Here's proofs and God knows what else. And there's more. And there's more. And there's more after that. I don't know. What is it? What's the grade? What's it worth? What am I going to do with it? Does it go to the big show? The Wednesday show? Does it go to the dollar deals? We'll see what's going on. Mantic has joined us. Mantic just now got off the air. He gave away a whole bunch of stuff to a whole bunch of people. So people are happy everywhere. And, well, nobody's on for a while. Where's the directory? Let's find that. In case you don't see this, Mantic has a, let's show Health Master, by the way. Let's go to the screen. Yeah, this is what I see. And I'm going to pause that. Okay, we got the coin video directory. Right, this tells you who's doing what and when. Well, it's Saturday, and my clock says 7 o'clock. And the only thing I see on here next is Couch Collectibles at 8:30. Okay, well, he had the flu or something, and he just moved to a new apartment, which is great for him. But he was kind of busy for a week or so. But from what I understand, he's back. I haven't caught a show in the past few days, so I don't know. But Mantic just got off right here. Now, he's doing this weekly at 5 o'clock Eastern. That's 4 o'clock Central, which is somewhere between, it's somewhere out west. Somewhere, I don't know, in Illinois maybe. Shay, where are you from? Tell everybody, where's everybody from? Type in where you're from. Oh, let's see, where's the dashboard? There we go. Now you see the chat. Hey, made it. Hello, everyone. Hey, Ken. This is Maury. Maury's a good fellow. He has some personal issues he took care of the past couple of months. Hope everything's working well there with the family and all. But he's back and better than ever. Mississippi, I'm in Florida. 9 Dimes, Pennsylvania. South California for Lemonhead. They're from everywhere. Virginia, Georgia. I'm about 30 miles south of Georgia. If this was Florida, I'm like right here. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that map. You do Florida map really. They do Wisconsin like this, like the Vulcan pinch. New Mexico, they're from everywhere. So anyway, well, we got some time to kill between now and the, what do you call it, couch at 8:30. I thought I'd go on. Now, if you want to see the directory, you can look at that. I'll give you the link here. It's probably in my description. I'll just give that a copy and paste it real quick. If I can figure out how to do that. Now, Mantic Coins, that's Shay Hoffmaster. He's got a blog going. Mantic. Shay, where are you? Where is he? I'm going to find him. Okay, Mantic Coins. Here he is. Why don't you go ahead and post your link there? You got superpowers now, so you can post that link. And he also has a directory of lots of live stream shows and such. So get over there and check it out. But if you have a coin channel, you actually make videos, you got to have content. I'm not just going to list your name and say subscribe. You got to have some content, and I'll put you in mind. And check him out, see what's going on. Here's Mantic Coins right here, and there's his list. Oh, I can copy that and I can give it to everybody. Right, here's Mantic Coins channel, and from there you can probably get his link to his stuff. Well, there he is. He'll tell you in a second, but you can find it. Anyway, if you do have a channel, we can put it in the directory. If you live stream, I'll list it in here. It's going to be about coins. You do metal detecting and coins. Okay, yeah, I can probably squeeze you in there. I got Clashes here. He does everything, and he goes into digging cracks for jewels, and he finds them. He goes down up by the river and digs up gold, and he finds it. I think he panned his backyard at one point. Interesting stuff. And he goes through coin rolls, and it does just about everything. But we got a lot. We got a lot of people in the video channel. I don't know how many. How many we got here? Okay, let's take off 10 from the final count. We got 71. So there's 60 channels on here so far, and a couple of dormant channels. Chuck Daughtry hasn't done anything in a while, and Hidden Treasure Hunter passed away. God love him. So he won't have any new content. But for the living, we got a whole bunch of stuff. And I'll have a channel of the week. Right now it's Jeff Schumar. I always highlight myself because, that's the way it rolls. Give somebody some green, give them some red, give them some yellow. CFA, I'm going to give him yellow for a while because of the best shout out a person can have. But, you can check one out here and there. Here's Quinn's, here's Schumar Coin Chats, Polly Nichols. I'm going to keep him in green for a while. He's got good content. If you want to talk about coins, get on to Polly's channel. He goes live. He does videos. Check it out and see. There's lots of good information out there. For the most part, we're amateurs helping out other amateurs. Okay, I mean, I got a few slab coins, but I wouldn't call myself the super pro moving out millions of dollars a year. Geez, I'd be really happy with hundreds of dollars a week. But, oh, there we go. Oh, we can take you back to the home view. Yeah, so, we're looking at a bunch of coins is what we're doing. And we're learning. I'm learning, you're learning, he's learning. She's learning, we're all learning. The cat is learning. Cat, stop doing that. You're going to go blind. He's a very clean cat. Okay. So you got folks with channels, and some of them have really good content. Go in and check one out. Every now and again, see if it's a good channel for you. If you like what you see, well, you can do two things. One is subscribe, because the more subscribers someone has, the more abilities they have on YouTube. And around, a couple of hundred starts getting good. When you get around a couple of thousand, dude, it gets really good. I'm actually making about 30, 40 bucks a month. So next month I'll probably get a check. It's a little perk, kind of nice. These big channels, 30, 40, 50,000 subs. Yeah, they get the views. They got a good product. It becomes a different hobby. It's not so much about the coins. You get into the broadcast and the video production, and it changes from the coins to video production. I'm kind of stuck on the coins, so it's a good size for me right now. But yes, as Lincoln says, check out each other. Check each other's channels out. You got that directory. I posted that link. Mantic Coins has a directory. It's probably mostly the same thing, but I bet you he knows some people that I don't know, and I know some that he doesn't know. But this live streaming and videos, It's kind of a new thing because of the way digital technology has grown. You got all these cameras out there, and the cameras are good enough to put out a decent production, a decent show. I can show you the coin and get right in. Let's see if I can get right in on this one. Scope. There you go. We couldn't do this, 3, 4, 5 years ago without $5,000 phones or some darn thing. But now I can zoom right in on the middle of that P. And I mean it. I gotta actually focus it. And this is the sort of thing we couldn't do just a couple of years ago. So now we're talking about all sorts of different things that you could not just, get casual information to a couple of years ago. And that's the way technology is changing the hobby. It's actually bringing a lot of people closer together. Oh, let's see, we got, is it Denise? I'm going to say it's Denise Zernak. 420 coins, Lincoln Central, Beth Coddington, Lemonhead Penny, Jake Matula. When you live stream, we got a chat, over there. So you can actually ask questions, banter back and forth. That's another neat feature. So what I'm doing today, just let's fill that space between, when Shay got finished, and I guess Couch is coming up next. And, we come up with some ideas. If you want to do coin videos, well, by all means, go for it. And it doesn't have to be good. If you have a subject, a topic, that's all well and good. But just show off your stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. You could just do a casual show, do a casual video. And then you do it again. And then you do it again. And it's really neat because you develop your video abilities right along with your hobby. You're going to find different things in your coins as you're going through them. Well, why not make a video of it and share it with people? And then they comment and say things. And, hey, I know a guy, you'd be interested in that. We're going to talk about this further. I want to buy that coin. So there is a networking aspect to this because you do get to, communicate back and forth. But after you do several videos, you start to get better at it. You get more relaxed in front of the TV. Well, it's a dot. It's actually this little dot. Let's see if I can take this off. Yeah, I gotta pull that tape. I got this thing on tape. Let's see, where's the wide? There you go. There's the tape. So I actually taped that to the printer so I get that wire out of the road. All right, there's a camera mount. And here, this is the dot. They talk to the dot. That's it. Just look into that dot. Yeah, that's it. All right. And there's the desk. So I got a stack of quarters. I got more stacks over there in the other table. Here's stacks of stuff. Whole bunch of coins. Here's another stack of coins over here. Here's the list of stuff I took out of that jug. I got $248 in quarters. It's right up here. There's $2 bills. We got $35 worth of nickels. Let's see, that's about 1,200 nickels. A third of a box. Dimes, I got 1,000 dimes out of there. Another, how much is a box of dimes? $2.50? That's a half a box. Pretty much a half a box of everything. About $18 worth of pennies. So I got to go through that because my brother said, "Here's some drugs." Here, he just gives me this big barrel, about knocks me over. Yeah, what do we got? $2.50, $2.75, $3.89, about $400 worth of change, and it's a lot of 1,000 or 2 or 3 of everything. Well, we'll just process it. That's all. We'll just keep on looking at pennies. But I don't have to buy any for a while. But I got to take this stuff and get it back to the bank so I can say, hey, to my brother, here you go. Oh, this is not the class. This is the, call it the, what do they have that? Recitation. You have your class, then you have the lab. Hey, there's an idea. You get 3 parts: lecture, class, lab work. So this would be the lab work. We'll go over to the scope, and I'm looking at these. With anything that I find that's out of place, I'm going to get it documented. There's that next level when you're collecting coins, you're hunting for varieties. Eventually, you get to a different level. You reach another plane. Homework? Homework is go get a bunch of coins and look at them. Because the more you look at, the more you're going to learn. And right now, on this guy, on these effigy quarters, I'm looking for boogers under his nose, right? Because I found a couple of these and they're different. I'm looking for boogers here and boogers back around the back of his hair. If I stop moving that, I'll be good. And what that is it's a die clash. And I found a couple of them, and and one is not the same as the other. And well, geez, I sold the first one for like $6. It's a neat one because you get the sneezing horse, and this is like the sneezing George. So I keep a lookout for that. But I started to document these smaller. What's it on this? It's a piece of nothing. Oh, it's a damage mark. I start to document this. Let me give you a quick idea. We'll run over the screen. Okay, we got two parts. One is the database, right? Which didn't want to load. So I've got, oh, let's see, a date, say 1912. Okay, that's a bad date. 1927, right? Here's one. I got to look up 1927. I've got all the known varieties by type. Next column is the PUP, pickup points. Then I got, well, for lack of a better way to do it, a standard reference number, because you know Wexler has his number, Konica has a number, another. You got copper coins with some indecipherable gibberish. FS, which makes copper coins look good, and then Crawford. You got Breen numbers, cuts on coins has stuff. Trail Dies has stuff. You got all the other books, Flynn's work, Sheldon's, all of it. And well, there's no standard reference for this stuff. There's no place you can go and get all of it. So I'm just doing this because it makes sense. So this is the database, and nobody has access to that, so I can show it to you still. But we're putting it together in this form, the standard database of die varieties. So you can go down over here and click on Scent Die Varieties. Let me see if you can see that. There you go. It'd be over here, right? And you can click on that and you get the scent dies. Flowing hair, Liberty Cap, Drape Bust, Classic Head, and so forth, Indian Heads. And your Lincoln Wheats, right? You pick 1927. So then you have all the varieties known, the standard reference, and then you keep on scrolling down and you get all the cross references. Of course, here I got to add photos, I got to add links. This is a long-term project, but you can look up one single date. Here it is, 1927. You can get everything P, D, and S. You get all the double dies, all the RPMs, all the die chips, die cracks, cuds, rim-to-rim die breaks, everything for that date, all in one spot. I mean, you got places like, say, Wexler. Well, you got one page for double dies. You got another page for RPMs. You got Variety Vista. Now you got to look at three. There's one page for double dies, one for RPMs, another one for, you know, double die reverses. He doesn't have anything on cuds or transitional varieties. I want one source to go for one date and go from there. And go back, you know, it's easy to navigate. That's the whole point. You pick out your series, you pick out a date. And here we go. So I started this one. Don't have the links in yet, but we have a photograph. So now you can start to look and say, oh, that's a 1910S. Wexler calls it RPM W02. Okay. Copper Coin calls it 1MM002. Konica calls it RPM 001. Breen calls it 2061. And we really don't know what Cherry Picker's Guide calls it. FS 502 12.7. Okay, all right. Whatever, man. Decipher all this. So yeah, we'll put it in as S for standard. RPM, of course, it's a repunch mint mark. And number 2. Pretty darn simple. That's the whole idea. That's what I'm doing. It's a hobby. Why not? We'll just make it easy. Back for me. Wexler is well experienced. He's forgotten more than I'll ever learn. he's got many books out there, not just one or two. He's got a lot of books. I got to get some books, you know. Oh, Ken showed scans through Fred Weinberg, said it was struck through cheap error. Struck through on a high dollar coin. Well, haven't seen the coin, JC Will. Oh, let's go back and, yeah, this is gibberish, what you're looking at here. We'll go back home and you look at the pennies. It makes more sense. But at some point, you take it from just a little hobby to starting to document it. And be it, just writing down notes on a sheet of paper is a good start. This thing I'm doing right now, oh, let's see. I started off with a stack of little slips of paper. Right, there you go. One for each date. Let's see what we got here. Oh, let's go to the what? Nope. Yeah, well, I'm already here. Let's put this over there. Okay, so I started out with, the date. Here's what Copper Coins has: Wexler, Variety, Visa, DDO, DDR, RPMs. What to look for. And it's a start, but these are just cliff notes at best. So I'm going to get more documentation in there, make it easier for people to link, look for the one date and get everything down from that one date, including cross-references and links where appropriate. You got any idea how many different die varieties there are just for one date? It's a project. So we'll see where that goes. Ken showed you coin. It was an American Platinum Eagle. Oh, you're JC Will. Okay, the American Platinum Eagle. You had a little mark on that. I couldn't tell if that was a die crack or discoloration. Now, if I pull it up in the email, it's not open right now. It's going to drag this live stream down to a crawl. I'll probably shut it off for a while. But yeah, I don't get to deal with American Platinum Eagle $100 coins very often. But it's an interesting one. I meant more. Back for more. Yeah, this is just we're talking. But that's an interesting piece. It's a small issue. But when you get into those high dollar coins, that small issue might blossom into something large. I've got that, where'd I put it? No, what do you call that one? I can't see nothing. Oh, the Pilgrim, but the back has that diagonal strike through, which is darn peculiar. You don't get a lot of those. A retained fiber. Okay, that's struck through for sure. It's got something in there. A lot of times it's a piece of wire that's worked its way into the gear. It's stuck to the planchet, maybe magnetism, and it's platinum, probably not. But you get some attraction sometimes. Maybe they rinsed it and it just kind of stuck. There's Jerry. How are you, baby? Hannibal Lecter, 107 for 2009 P, FY reverse. $107? I don't know what Hannibal's talking about. But the FY reverse is formative years. That's that one. That's Lincoln on a log. That's a 2009 FY reverse. Fiber from cleaning cloth are used on the dies. All right, I can see that being accurate. You're going to get that. They got all kinds of stuff in there. I mean, it's not just a machine cranking. It's everything to do before that machine that can get into the machine. What's the best site for mintages? I've looked at a few and they all vary. PCGS is probably the most accurate. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna load a page, so bear with me. It's going to drag it up just a bit. And this is fairly simple, and it's incomplete too. Where's the click? To link to this document. That's the one I want. I can't link. Come on. Still loading. Yeah, we're going to lag for a bit. Anytime I load a page, it just screws the pooch. All right, copy. Go back to the chat. All right, 107 varieties. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they got that all right. You get 125 at least on the 60D RPMs. I mean, come on. Okay, here's a link, and this is to a simple spreadsheet. Oh yeah, I got to put that on my list too. We're gonna have a list on how to operate spread. We're gonna have a class on that. Operate spreadsheets. Got to. It's a pretty handy trick. If you can work a spreadsheet, it's an advantage. A lot of people, you know, if they can handle a shovel, it's an advantage. So there's the spreadsheet link. If I can get it to work. Yeah. And there's mintages on there, and I verified them all myself, so it's probably accurate. Without my database, I would be so screwed. I've gotten away from it, man, and I find myself pretty screwed. Yeah, information is king, but just the information on this stack of coins over here is, it's a lot of information to process. I want to process information. I want to process coins. Well, there's different ways to do it, I suppose. But everything you learn gives you another tool to employ. And everybody does things their own way. And if they have more tools at their disposal, it makes sense to me. Everyone would do better. That's why you got to check out all these other coin channels. You know, see what they're doing. Hey, that's a great idea. I think I'll try that. I mean, there's people out there that are doing the fingernail gloves, and dude, they're much handier. You know, just tuck on that little cloth, and now you can handle, you know, these proof coins over here. Man, I'm not worried so much about getting my fingerprints on this. What is it? It's a 1995. Let's look at it. Scope. Ta-da! Looks like that. It's got some lint on it. Oh, lint is gone. What is that over there on the right? That more lint? I don't know, but it sure does look good. Yeah, I suppose I have to check those for errors too. Where does this stuff come from? It just builds up. Yeah, you can bookmark that. It's handy. Feel free to use it at your pleasure. And one day I might expand it to include dye varieties because there's a lot out there. Oh, this is peach. Get a little contact mark. No, that's a smudge there above the E. You know, you get these proofs and they're beautiful. And I mean, a 1995 proof is probably what, $8, $9? But you get that smudge right there. Can you see that? That's a smudge. Well, it's not a $10 coin anymore, but it's a pretty decent one. Alrighty, I'll put that back. But I don't like to handle the proofs without the gloves on because it takes nothing. I got to take a proof and fuck it up is what I got to do. You know, did I show you this one? Did I show you this one? You love this one. Okay, have a look at that. Have a look at that. This is my loop. All right, you get the nice shine on the back of it. I'm going to pull off that glove. Well, first off, let me touch it with the glove. You touch it a bunch of times. I'll put that into the loop here. Okay, it's a nice shiny piece of metal. Even through the glove, I got these lines on there. All right, let's polish that up a bit. My shirt's clean, except where the cat was all over me. Okay. Nope, we're down on this close. There it is in the close-up. Shiny metal, lots of scratches. Here it is in the wide. All right. I'm going to take my finger. I'm going to touch it. Ready? Just like that. Can you see anything on there? Not really. Let's look at the close-up. Scope. Now you can't miss it. And what that will do to your coin in 5 years, turn it black. Your little spots all over it. That's why you wear the gloves when you handle these proofs. Because it takes, I mean, just fat fingers will overlap from the rim onto the face and give you a smudge in your coin. That's it. I can, oh, let's see. Let's look at the edge on that. Yeah, let's do the edge test. Okay. So there, oh, find it. Home. There you go. We'll pick it up by the edges now. Right now I'm just holding on the inside. Let's pick it up by the edges. Much like you would a coin. Now, see my fingers overlap the rim and get onto the face of that coin. So even if I'm carrying that coin well, you know, instead of picking it up like that, which is, God, that fills me with terror. Let's look now at the close-up and see if we have any smudges where we picked it up. Scope. Right up here. Oh, look at that. Look at it. Are you seeing this? Right around the edge, I've got, you know, the same sort of thing as these fingerprint marks here. How about this side? Look right there. Can you see that? Right there. Oh, look, this has got fingerprints on it. And that's picking up the loop here from the edges. Because, man, don't let me find you holding a coin like that. Look at this. You can't hold a coin like that. My mother would do this all the time. She'd pick it up. Oh, what a pretty coin, rubber thumb. It drives me nuts. Okay. But even if you pick them up by the edges, right, you still got that overlap where your fingerprint can end up, scope, on the face of the coin. Just like right here. Now, these are organic compounds. They don't necessarily stay in one place. All right, so this little bit, how do you get your coin toned around the edges? By picking it up by the edges with unprotected fingers. Now let me move this a bit. What do we got? A brush. I got these brushes, right? They smell good. Oh, that's a good one. Just brushes, so I can, you know, if I'm taking a picture of a coin, I can just brush it off. But let's try moving that little mess. Whereas, let's see what, if I move this mess, because I just touched it with my finger there, and I'm going to brush. Is this brush going to move that mess? Let's see what it does. All right. You see how the smudge is elongating? It's because these compounds on your fingers, it's a liquid, it's an oil, and it's organic compounds, organic acids, and over time that's going to screw up a copper coin like you never seen. And I just brush it like it was in your pocket or something, or if you rubbed it with your finger like my mother does. It's spreading the oil, that's right. But your pocket, you put the penny, you touch it with your fingers, you put the penny in your pocket. Instead of a brush, you got the cotton. Get out of there, cat, you're hurting me. The cat has proven that he will get that pepperoni, and he's willing to make me bleed to death to get it. Here you go, dummy. There's another one. Now wipe your hands. Why I keep a cloth handy, and I blow my nose with the cat. Right? But these organic compounds that are in your fingers, they'll keep on moving until there's nothing left. And now, constant action, the fingerprint's kind of gone, but it's plastered across the whole surface. This is what screws up your coins. Those proofs, without those gloves, even if you're handling them well, you're screwing them up. So what's the answer? Get gloves. You get that box of latex gloves, one behind my head here. I mean, it's $5. That's $5. You got 50 gloves. That coin over here, that's a $5 coin. If I don't wear that gloves, that $5 coin is going to be a $1 coin, then a no dollar coin. I have some coins that would be worth something if a fat fingerprint wasn't on it. They do it on purpose to me, I think. Yeah, I'm a victim too. We all have those. But the brushes are a pretty nifty little thing to have. And I like to use the fine ones. Right? Because if I get a coin, I want to take a picture, I want to get that little hair off of there. I just give it a, if it doesn't blow off, I just touch it ever so gently. Get it the heck going. But I find don't use these on the proofs because I think there's something on these probably. Come on, it's a mechanical product. They probably washed them. On the proofs, just blow them off. Good luck. Yeah, latex is hot. Cotton gets filthy, but people reuse the cotton gloves. The latex are disposable. I ripped the backs off and then ripped the palms out. So I got the, it's holding on because the glove's all there. But, it's able to breathe. I just want my fingertips protected from that coin. Because you're not touching it with your whole hand. You're just touching it with, from here and from here. And maybe the third finger if you're trying to stuff it into a flip or something. It's handy. So how do we handle these things and not screw them up, even with good intentions? Here's Bradley. Bradley was asking, what are we going to do? There's nothing on, for another hour and a half, 2 hours. So this is my solution. Get on and blabber. I even got a pot of coffee going. Oh, yeah. Coins should be kept cool and dry. Your biggest enemy is going to be these organic compounds that come off of you. Come off of somebody's pocket. Somebody else handles coins, however they handle it. It's organic compounds from humans and the occasional cat. And that's the biggest enemy. Water, bad news. Dirt, dust, grit, debris. Yeah, for the most part, you can protect from that. I mean, the little mylar flips will take care of a lot of the dirt and dust. I think I use this one as an experiment. That can go out of here. Look, I can make 3D glasses. Okay. But if you can protect from dirt and dust and humidity and grime, well, that's the whole thing. The trouble is when you take it out of one container and put it into another, or when it's never been in a container, such as the case with all this junk, that I'm going through right now. I mean, the solar stuff. Let's see if I can get up. How would I do that? Move the camera? All right. There's the quarters I'm going through right now. They're all sorted out. These are all Swannies. These are all, I don't know what they are. Ozark Riverways. Is that the stack? There we go. They've already been handled up. They've already been fingered up. They're gonna start to tone and tarnish because of what's already on them. All right. Let's take one of these. Looks pretty good. And have a look. Home scope. All right. So it's already got fingerprints on there, but this has been in somebody's pockets, their wallet, their pocketbook, their purse. Let's see, what do we got? Can you see much? No. Let's try to polish just half of it. Let's go to the front, because that's going to be easier. I get these two big fields. And you've already got marks and fingerprints on it. Okay, so I'm going to hold it down. And over there on In God We Trust, what do we got to clean it with? My finger. Let's see what happens if I try to polish that off. Because we know it's there. Can we see any difference between side A, we'll call this side A, and side B? No, not right now. No noticeable difference. Huh. Let me try fingering that up some more. Look, a fingerprint. All right, but these are already here. Those fingerprints. And you're going to notice it most in the copper because copper reacts so much more. I mean, the nickel here is going to give you some protection. All right, now if I were to polish that off with a cotton glove, okay, I can get that out of here. But that action of polishing, just like this, that action will frig up a coin. That'll take it from BU to AU. If you've been watching my videos, you know how little it takes. And that little bit of abrasion, just your fingers. I mean, rub it once, okay, 2, maybe. At 3, you're starting to do damage, even with soft cotton, because you're changing the surface structure of the molecules on that coin. That's enough to change the reflectivity. But it does help, get that gunk out of there. It's already there, though. So the constant battle is keeping these compounds from, tarnishing, from changing. Negative react with the oxygen in the environment and just, you know, darken it up over time. These are all fairly new quarters. Oh, where's my, I got my piggy bank. I got older quarters, I'm sure of it. Here's a nickel. No, it's a new nickel. Oh, here's a filthy old nickel. Oh, this is perfect. So they got a shiny new quarter, and here you got an old nickel. And you see the difference in the, you know, the surfaces is totally different here. What's the date on that? 1970. From what? I don't know what that one is. What is that? 2017. Okay, you get a 47-year difference between these two coins, and it shows up in the appearance of the surface. If you look at the flat fields, yeah, they're totally different. One's, you know, still pretty clean. The other one has seen, it's been aged and it's been weathered. Open it. That's a secret of top pop cans. Oh, that's my piggy bank. That's my change. My brother, his builds up. Mine, I go through it and take it back to the bank and get more. I'm sick with this, I tell you. I want to open that up right now. So I'm playing with this barrel of change of $400 worth of stuff. I want to get these quarters used up. And I find quarters are pretty convenient to search, because I can always take them to the convenience store and spend them on gas and milk and bread. You know, smokes. They don't care. But if I take back, you know, 100 rolls of pennies to the bank, they got to know everything. Where'd you get these? What are you doing with so many pennies? None of your goddamn business. What the hell? Is this 20 questions? Can I make a deposit? That's what I'm going to do. Then I go to the next bank, you know, take some money, get some more pennies. What are you doing with all these pennies? None of your freaking business what I'm doing with all these pennies. If you're going to question what I'm doing with it, you're judging my spending. You know, you're here to deposit and withdraw. Okay, what do you think on this? This one looks pretty normal. On these Ozark Riverways, I get a lot of die chips over here in the trees. Where's my pick? You'll find them in the branches, right? Just about every one. I find several different ones. And I haven't found anything on the left side yet. But I keep looking and hoping. Hey, you never know. But the die chips, I mean, you get the buy errors, right? Yeah, I hate it when they ask me questions like that. I just cough. And they leave me right. They leave me the hell alone. Those poor girls. As soon as you go in, hork a clam on the carpet, and you will have no troubles with these girls at the bank. None. Here's your stuff. Go away. They're talking to each. They go like this at each other. I hate it when they point at me and laugh. It makes me so paranoid. Okay. So anyway, you got the buy errors on the Lincolns. Right, man, I got a sack of them back here. I was messing with the other day. Yeah, I went through a pile of 57s, and that's what I picked out. That's die chips, there's buys, all kinds of stuff in there. And those buy errors, where you get the die break between the B and the E in Liberty. Well, here's a Lincoln, so you get an idea what I'm talking about. A lot of times you get this die chip. The common one, or the most popular one, is right between the B and the E. And it's a long cigar the whole length of it. Sometimes they're small in pieces. Sometimes they're between other letters. And sometimes you got cracks that go all the way through Liberty. But that BIE error, right, where you get a full length die chip between the B and the E, so it looks like the letter I, people pay. You know, anywhere from one, I sold them for $12 in BU. That's all well and good, but why are these more popular where a die chip, say, 3 times the size over here in a quarter is, you know, just considered a minor error? And I think the answer is because the buy errors are documented, right? And you get a list of, you can go to Cuds on Coins, and you can get a listing of these buy errors, and they've been popularized and hyped. Well, what if we took that database, right? Screen. Okay, there's the screen. And we go back to that database. Where did I put it? What did I have in there? 1930? I think I got 1943 in here. I got something in here. We got to send die varieties. What if you were to document all these other die chips? What date you suppose the hell that was? Let's look at 1943. Okay, that's gonna lag. Bear with me. There you go. So we got a die crack. I'm going to see if you can see that. Yeah, this is on my blog, but it's getting transferred over to the standard database, right? What if you were to document these little die cracks and die chips, right? There's a die crack in here. This photograph sucks. Okay, but there's others. There's so many you can't imagine. If you were to document all these, well, you give people something to look at. And I call this one, well, P for PV, like W for Wexler. But we're switching over to the standard, so this would be S DCR, or SCRK rather. Where is, there it is. And you get the standard attribution nomenclature. Would have it as, let's see, die crack, die chip. Okay, and the die chips, that's what a buy error is. It's not a buy, it's a chip. Same thing, it's a half a dozen of one and 6 of the other. So what if we start to document all these different die cracks? I mean, you got the spitting horse, right? You got the Harper's Ferry with the eagle's nest. You got that, hornet's nest, I guess they call it. You get a bee's nest, a beehive on the side of a Jefferson nickel. You get all these things. Well, let's start. Oh, you get the pooping horse. We got one here. Oh, that's a state quarter. That's a Nevada quarter. Well, if we can document this kind of stuff, I bet you to take. What happened? Let's go home real quick. Put that back to size. Come and be alive. So that's part of what I'm trying to do. Yeah, the spitting eagle. The spitting eagle quarter. You get the spitting horse on the the Delaware quarter. Ken, I have a question for you. Don't just say I have a question. Go right ahead and ask the question. See the way that works? It's instead of a meta question, you get right on with it. Like, do you need somebody to come over and clean your house and fix your truck? Yes. That's pretty simple. I can answer it. But if you say I have a question, I don't know anything about, is my house going to get cleaned or is my truck going to get fixed? Do you have an Ellis Island, Denver, and George Rogers, Philadelphia, and Denver in BU? I don't know. What's the Ellis Island look like? I'd say no, not yet. George Rogers, he's yelling or something? What's this? I just had another one. Well, that's Perry's. No, I don't see those yet. I haven't got them in circulation. The most recent one I got is the, the guy, Bob Ross. Yeah, Bob Ross is the most recent I've seen. Yeah, I'll give these things nicknames. Scope. There he is, Bob Ross. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but in my, where is it? Go home? No, go to screen over my video directory. Just for fun, I put Bob Ross. So, yeah, you'll get videos of the guy painting. I just thought somebody might pick that up as eventually and say, oh. So anyway, there's the quarter. That's the most recent one I've seen. It won't be long, though. They'll be back. They'll be out. They'll be everywhere. Scope. Yeah, so there's a Bob Ross quarter. I'm constantly looking for anything I can find. You can look for known die varieties. That's a handy thing. But after a while, you get used to looking at so darn many of these things. You know where to look. All right, something like this. I'm going to look at the center of the coin, which is going to be right in around this porch corner. All right, so I'm suspecting I'm going to have doubling either of the columns or in the windows, or this bit of a soffit above the walkway here, or something down here in this on the porch platform. That's where I expect to find some doubling, right in the center. That'd be perfect for a Class 8 doubling. Another location I'd want to check is all the outside letters. All right, that's a simple gimme, and these are all in Q. So I'm looking for really narrow letters for that, and we'll go from there. But that's where I would want to look. And then if you get the fields, well, I want to check those for clashes all the time. Clash is easy to pick. Well, that's where you're going to find the clashes are in the flat fields. Put caps on. I can't hear you. Sorry. Get close. Get closer. This thing has a microphone built into it. I'll talk like this from now on. Can you hear me now? Kitty, come over here and meow into this. Yeah, maybe one day I'll get a camera with a microphone and stuff. This is pretty simple. I got this far. So far, it's a hobby of accumulation. All this coin stuff is. Well, you step up into the video and that becomes a hobby. What do we got here? Home. So we got what do we got here? We got a printer. Of course, we got a things. You get the light. Right, you get this camera in my hand. You got that camera. That's a pretty handy thing right there. I like that. Of course, a laptop. There's another monitor, so I can plug that monitor in this monitor, but that plan totally failed. A microphone, that'd be a next logical step. Makes sense. But I want one that hangs over my head, so it's out of my road. Because, man, there's so much stuff you can get, and you can just keep on adding on endlessly. But I'm right now dealing with issues like, how do I tape this cord up out of the way? There we go. Just to keep the cord out of the way. Well, maybe I'll get there one day. Right now, this is sufficient for where I need to be. When I need to go someplace else, develop something else. I'm sending in a Minnesota State quarter to Wexler next week. I believe there's a new DDR variety. I can't find it anywhere with the other 169 listings. By all means, I'd love to see some pictures of it. Yep, get me a microphone. Get me a Mr. Microphone. We could all have a sing-along coin show. Let me get this back out of the way. Yeah, there's always one more thing you can buy. Just gaining more stuff isn't the point. Go for the knowledge. Gain more knowledge. Figure out how to check, what to check for. I'm not looking for known die varieties. I'm looking for what else is there. And when you take that step, now you're into the unknown, right? You got Brad over there. He's got that new Minnesota State quarter. It's not listed by somebody else. Is it a new variety? Well, why not? Somebody had to find that first one. If you're looking only for known die varieties, you're going to miss out on the unknown. So just check them all. There's a point where you get to that. Really, there's two schools of thought. I was talking with Chuck Daughtry. He prefers, check the whole coin. Start at zero and learn how to check the whole coin. And me, I say, go for the knowns and learn from the knowns and then extrapolate to the unknown. So which way do you go? It depends on who you are, I suppose. Everybody's got their own way of learning, their own way of developing. But either way, really, is fine with me. Start with a coin and what it should look like, and anything different is some sort of anomaly. Explain it. Is it a die variety, an error, damage? Somebody with a crayon? Is it Bob Ross? Who knows? But if you can start with what's already known, so to look at the tree on this one. All right. Or what do we got on here? To check above the windows. Meanwhile, while we're here, we may as well look at above these windows. Okay, the barrel looks pretty good. The other barrel looks kind of squished off. All right, above the windows. You see anything there? Wow. Well, we need a little more action in these cameras. One more iteration in camera quality is really going to dress it up. I'm going to set that over and look at it with the loop. Scoot it up. Let me look at it over here. Because nothing beats that loop. Okay, that looks good. One guy wants to ask me, how long do you spend looking at each coin? As long as it takes. I look everywhere on a coin as you just never, you never do know. This sack of Lincoln's behind me. It's It's got everything under the sun. Cracks, chips, breaks. It's got a retained cud. All kinds of buys, different buys between these letters, those letters. You name it. Failed letters and failed numbers. What is that? Oh, God, that's awful. Get that out of here. Yeah, okay. What's on this one? But I mean, all these state quarters, or these ATBs, you get a lot of chips showing up where, you know, you wouldn't expect it. Up in the top on here. I need that pointy stick again. You know, I'm seeing a lot more chips on these than on the state quarters. Let's see if we get anything on the top of here. Look inside these little roof sections. That's where I'm finding chips. Okay, up around the bell tower. That's a bell tower. That's where I'm finding chips. People are getting them across the side of the building, at the bottom of the barrels. What is that? Is that a dog? Oh no, it's initials. Okay, but they're everywhere. But they're getting DDOs or DDRs, rather, right in here, in particular, right in those windows. There's several of them. On the front, I find a number of DDOs, very minor on the ear, and I see them right in here, which appear to be, you know, Class 8 doubling. And this one's clean. But I got a stack of these right now. Here they are. I've been meaning to check out, so let's look at them with me. Okay, very cool Lemonhead penny. I never get to talk in the chat because I'm too busy just running my mouth, you know, during the classes and stuff. I miss out so much stuff. Nobody tells me nothing. See anything here? Oh, look, what do you see? What do you see right off? Right there. Yeah. Let's zoom in on that. Okay, anything in the windows? Windows look good. But right here, look, a die chip. Isn't that exciting? And you found it right here with me. And let's see if we can get a better, clear shot of that. That's all it is. And they call it an eagle's nest, but it's just a die chip. All right. And over time, of course, these die chips change. They grow. You know, suddenly a big piece breaks off, and now you have from a small die chip to a big one. If it keeps on progressing, you know, you get a die break. And that's the Harper's Ferry. No, but you check the whole darn coin and see what you get. You see them a lot of times up here on the roof and the superstructure. And that one right there. Okay, so that one I'll save, take pictures of, and put that up in that forever database. Okay, this one's clean. Darn shame. Anything here? No, that looks pretty good. You check the whole coin. You don't just check, the 1 or 2 points. If all you're doing is checking for the known varieties, all you're ever going to find is known varieties. It's when you look, outside the box. You stretch it and go to the next level. That's when you're going to find the new stuff. And when you find the new stuff, that's when you make a contribution to the hobby. See, look what else there is. These buildings, I've seen them, they get kind of worn and lose a lot of detail. And that's just die deterioration is all. That step beyond what you're used to, get into the new. Stretch out. And what's going on here? That looks like a mouth. Okay, let's look at his ear. Just find his ear. That it? I think that's it. Let's look back here at his hair. That looks real good. Okay, you find die chips and die cracks a lot of times right at the bottom of the bust. I don't see much here to write home about, but it's a good strike. A lot of times you find these ATB quarters, they're just mush. This looks okay. I'm much faster with a loop, but I had nothing else going on, so I figured I'd talk to all you fine people. And look, 28 people are showing up. Push or slide doubling on the letters. You get that. I see a lot of die deterioration more than anything else on those quarters. I mean, they're running those things right into the ground. Do you have many coins attributed to you? I've got the stuff that I've attributed myself, mostly on my side. I got some that I'm adding to the standard site, and I've got some stuff on cuts on coins. I got several items over there: die chips, die breaks. I got this big Roosevelt with a spiked skull. Yeah, if you find something, send it somewhere to get it looked at. I'm setting up to attribute new finds, but it takes a lot of work to get to that level. And a lot of it depends on reputation. Wexer does what he does because he's been doing it for so darn long. But he started with, I can look at that for you. So get the balls, grow a pair, and get out there and try it. But we can make this work. Now, what I'm doing, like I said, is we're coming up with a standard system. And let me run over here and explain what I'm talking about some more here. Okay. There's a standard attribution, right? A lot of places handle the three big ones. You got DDOs, double die burst. You get DDRs, double die reverse, and you get the RPMs. Okay, that's great. But there's a million other things that can occur to a coin or occur to a die. So it's duplicated so many times that it's a die variety. You got, along with RPMs, you got CUDs, you got die chips, die cracks, die breaks, design varieties. You get a million of those. You got retained CUDs, clashes, clash of diverse, you name it, man. You got over polished dies. You know where it doesn't have an FG? Well, that really needs to be documented. And you could probably show a path of it getting smaller and smaller until it disappears. Trail die, burst, and reverse. And that seems to be a polishing issue. I don't quite understand the trail dies yet. I got a lot to learn. But you get into it, and yeah, you can extend these listings beyond DDO, DDR, and RPM. And that's where I want to take it. It's one single source that has it all. So I have, die cracks on a 1941S, right? So it's SDCR, which has changed. It's now SCRK. CRK. And CRKO1. It's actually over here in a box, right? I got some other ones here. What I think it was 1938? I think 1938 was the one I was playing with lately. Let me zip over and find that. Here's my site. 1938. Might have been 1937. 38. But I got pictures up there and stuff. Okay, it's not 38. Let's go back. Sent die listings. How about 1937? Wheats. Oh man, I don't know. It's probably like a 20-day-old blog. What was it? I don't know, but I got pictures and stuff. 47? Let me look. Alrighty. Oh, okay. Let's look over here in 1918. Bingo, here you go. You get 1918. I got three of them with the die chip and the upper curve of the S and trust. Right, and here's your other stuff, and it's got links. So you can link to Wexler, right, the RPMs. And then you got the new stuff, and this is what I'm putting in. So you get die chips. Simple enough. It's in the upper S of the upper curve of the S and trust. So you got all the new gibberish, right? So you US 1C, 1 set, 1918S, right? SCHP, standard nomenclature, chip number 1. The short version is SCHP number 1. Then you got number 2, which is die chip in the lower S. Then you got a crack on the back, and look, here it is. So now you have, submitted by, that'd be me, which really, I can't say it was submitted by because I just, put it in myself. I didn't actually submit the coins. I simply found the darn things and said, I'll take some pictures. There you go. You get a die crack on it. I think there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. But now you can go after that same die chip in the S. So that's what I've been working on. Let's go back home. There we go. And tell me that won't be a, you know, a 30-year project. Geez, it'd be 5 years just trying to get all the listings organized for the Lincolns, because you're talking 4,000 or 5,000, you know, right there. It just goes on and on, dude. There's something wrong with me, I'm sure of it. Wavy steps are no more. It's a die extension anomaly. It doesn't count. Lamination errors. Laminations are specific. They're one-off events to the planchet. So I can't duplicate a lamination error. I can't find another lamination error identical to yours. But you can find that die chip in the S and Trust on the 1918S. You can find that die crack on the back of a 1918S. It matches up. It's a die variety, but it's an undocumented one. So that's what I'm trying to do, is document more stuff. And now you can take your stuff and say, oh, here's what it is. But then you find an anomaly and say, what is this? And you can look, you know, at the date, and then it matches this thing right here. I know what I have now. So I think that should work out. Ken, can you determine when a coin is struck through something, if it is fake or not? Strike throughs are difficult once the coin goes into circulation for a while. You have to look at the way the metal flows into the void created by the device, or whatever it was struck through, right? If the metal is coming along and then the direction seems to change or come to an abrupt halt, then it's something was stamped into or gouged into it or scraped into it. You look at the metal surrounding that strike through. Is it damaged, right? Is the metal disturbed, or is it natural? Let me look at this real quick. Ooh, I got that, I got a nickel somewhere here. Oh, I got a penny too. They're very small. Here we go. Let's shove that aside. Switch over to the scope. All right. Make it focus. Let's look way down here. Okay, you got this thing right here. You see a neat pattern going diagonally through it. Is this damage? Is it a strike through? Is it a planchet flaw? And how do you tell? Well, that's where the technology comes in handy. This is why this is why you're always looking for one more piece of equipment. But really, it's the information you need. And you can get in and take a look at whatever that anomaly is. First, you got to find it. There it is. Okay. Is the metal disturbed in this area? I mean, you see it. I'm going to drag this diagonally down. Is the metal disturbed? Is this natural to the coin? Is it natural to the planchet? Did something get in the way between the die and the planchet? Or is this something that occurred after it was struck? And on this, I can only conclude this formed at the time of striking, because the metal is right. There's no disturbance in the metal. And it's difficult to see. Let me zoom up. Sometimes too much zoom is not your friend. There you go. You can see this disturbance is consistent from one side to the other. It doesn't seem to be planchet related, because that tends to be long and strung out, whereas this matches up with the devices and changes itself along with the devices, right? Where it's a flat area, you see a flat, no, not patina, this baby's spotless. This is that pilgrim half that will be belong to Beth Sewell. This tells me something was between the planchet and the die that created this, because it reacts with the design, right? Goes over, and it matches the contour. But in the flat areas, it's not stretched out as if it was on a rolled sheet of silver. So you gotta look at it, tweak it, understand how it forms. Something I strike through. Let me get that. Let me see if I can find that nickel. Let me get that back on, because this ain't mine no more. I want to keep that right. Okay, I got a proof nickel back here somewhere. What do you suppose that would be? It might be in this box. It might be in that box. Maybe it's in another box. These two boxes of stuff that's sold. Well, that's the plan. Here, let me give you something to stare at for a minute. So, I had a nickel. The guy said, "Oh, I'll take that nickel for, you know, $6 or whatever the heck it was." And the bid kept climbing. But, you know, he decided he didn't have $5. Or he needed the $5 for something else. So at any rate, he didn't pay for it, but I never took it out. I think I never took it out. I might, who knows, maybe the cat got into it. Somewhere in here is a nickel. What's that? That's pretty. What the hell is this? I wonder if that's sold. Anyway, wait. I can't believe we found that. Here it is. Okay. Let's look in. We're going to go to the close-up here. Maybe grease, possibly. It does seem sort of general, but the general shape of that anomaly doesn't say grease. Grease tends to have a radial pattern of expansion. This is more diagonally through the coin. Okay, we found this one. And I'm going to have to take it out. It's approved 2001 Jeppy. And I'm going to put on my gloves. Because if I don't, what's going to happen to that coin? Even if I handle it well. Right? The stuff you learn just from jabbering. It's 8 o'clock. What time is, I'm going to look at the video directory here. Time goes by so darn fast, doesn't it? Monday, Tuesday, I don't know what day it is. Somebody tell me. Couch goes on at 8:30. There you go. I've lost my place. I've totally lost my place. I'm back. Okay. So the couch is on in 25 minutes. Now, just because he's on doesn't mean you have to quit. We'll just give him every chance to do his thing without me hogging all the channel time. Okay, home scope. There it is. There's a nickel, and it's real close. Right here. All right. Is that an anomaly with the planchet, or is that something was struck through it? And how do you tell the difference? All right. Well, first off, you look at the whole darn coin. I see people, they say, is that a D over the mint mark? You know, it's like a couch. It's kind of shaped like a D. But the whole rest of the coin has been, you know, roadkill. Well, let's try a more holistic approach. Look at the whole coin rather than just that one thing that gets your attention, because there's a whole lot more information on this coin. All right, now first off, we got a proof. And as far as I can tell, there's nothing else wrong with it. All right, I mean, she's right, she's tight, got great cameo. Let's change the light angle so we got a different view. And still we have this weird thing going on under the R. That's a weird thing. Now, how's the reflection? How does it compare to the cameo areas? How does it compare to the field areas? Let's look at the back. Is there information there to gain? Because the coin has a story. Well, it may have the story. It has chapters. And the rest of the coin looks beautiful. A couple of smudge marks on the back. All right. Now let's see. Now we have this weird anomaly. And that's what it is. It's something that's not supposed to be there. That's what an anomaly is. And you'll find it right here under the R. So now we got to decide, what is it? We looked at the rest of the coin. We don't have a whole lot of information to glean from the rest of the coin. Well, already it tells me that this issue is kind of narrowed down and limited to this one small area. Now, if it's a planchet error or a planchet flaw, perhaps I would see more somewhere else on the coin. Same planchet. If it was struck through, it would make sense it would be limited to just that one spot. Now, strike throughs, a lot of times it's through debris. And you get two kinds of debris. You got parts, you know, things that have a specific size and shape. And then you got, you know, blobs where a guy sneezed at it. It's Moko's. Could be a booger. But it is, you know, it's indented into the coin. And we keep on zooming in. Now, there are some things where you look at it and say, oh, this is a specific, distinct shape. Where's that 2009 we had just the other day? Nope. 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 I don't think so. There's another one. I bet you that's it. Well, it must be one of these. It was yesterday. That's the one I'm seeing, tape. And here we had one with a distinct shape. Is that it? That's it. Okay, we're going to strike through. Is it? I can't even tell. See anything here? Is that it? Well, hell, I can't tell nothing. That could be on top of it. Well, let's open it and see what we got. What's that razor blade? Now, if it's a distinct shape, the outline on the strike through tends to have a distinct pattern, right? You know, it's a hot dog fell in there, or you know, a pen cap or something, or a piece of wire. I can't get in there with gloves on. But the anomalous stuff, the real weird stuff, that doesn't have a distinct pattern. It's soft material, things like that, plastic film, you know, little bits, little trashy bits. Grease, for example. Is it here? No, I don't know where the hell it went, but it's a C. There it is. Okay, what's that? That looks like a little piece of wire, right, or a piece of metal filing or something akin to that, where it was struck into, you know, it was a piece of debris stuck between the planchet and the die. All right, now that we know what the heck that is, you see the way it has a similar polish to, you know, not to the fields, but to the devices. So now let's compare that to what we have on this. All right. Now that was a piece of something. Is this a bigger piece? And does the polish on the interior change as a result of the bigger piece? Yeah, it would if it's a big gnarly piece. But I've got, if you look at it, well, I got a white area, and there I've got a white area. It's because this, whatever it was not a uniform shape. It was not a uniform piece. It's not a, and it's not a piece of wire. It's an amorphous type of structure, but it is struck into the coin, and the piece itself was gone. So what was it? String, possible. String tends to be very soft and pliable when you put 350 million pounds of pressure on it. A piece of wire would do that, though. You'd think it would stick in there, though. But it's not there. But something like this, yeah, this is consistent with a strike through. It's enough to disturb the mirrored surface, but not too much. You know, the small one is going to change and have sharp edges, and you know, can alter that mirror finish. A big jagged piece, well, it's not going to be as, you know, it's not going to be, well, this stuff, any means, it's not going to be cameo, but it would adjust that that surface feature. Well, there it is, whatever it is. Oh snap, that looks like mirror in the crevice on my screen. In the crevice? Let me get over there. I can't see the rest of that. I don't know. Yeah, that's part of the nail. What? Need a piece of pepperoni? Kitty, kitty, look, kitty. They make you talk funny. Yeah. I don't want to talk like that. He makes me do it. In the bottom. Let me move that around here. On the nickel or on the cent? So once you get into real close magnification, a small difference in height can dramatically affect the magnification and resolution. Yeah, Cat runs the place now. He runs it. It's his place. Well, there's that thing. So you got to study the whole coin. Look at the characteristics of the issue. Let me turn that around. How does it change, from what the coin should be to what you have in front of you? And does it make sense that what you're looking at can be, a struck through, or is there a break in this planchet? These things are pretty well polished. They're beautifully polished, but I've got sharp, crisp edges here. This looks to be a piece of broken metal, is what I think that looks like to me. Get a dog. I got the cat. He's pretty quiet mostly. But if this was on the planchet, I'd expect that inside to be, mirror finish polish, and the edges would be polished also, because they got these beads and stuff they roll around with. Look at my finger, kitty. Oh, you're killing me. All right, I got 15 minutes to couch, and I'm gonna probably go get some dinner and do my thing, and I'm gonna spend some more time with these quarters. I've been yakking all, well, for the best part of the afternoon now. Maybe. There's more pieces of the die, but there's a whole lot of other equipment all the way back to when they started rolling this coin out and punching it and kneeling it. Maybe it was a weak piece of metal on another coin, or maybe it was a weak piece of metal on the equipment that handles the coin. At some point, something got in and landed between the planchet and the die when the dies were coming together. And I got this, jagged bit. And that sort of thing happens. He's gone. You find pepperoni over there, dummy? Okay, that's the nickel. And that looks like a strike through to me, but it's a strike through of a hard object. Whereas the Pilgrim $50 is a soft item that was struck through. I can't pick it up here. And we'll get that back in. And without touching that coin. Keep your stuff good. All right, I'm going to call it good for a while. Right, some meat. I think it's spaghetti and meat sauce tonight. That sound good to everybody? Yeah. But what the actual item that was struck through, it's impossible to tell sometimes. Just have a glimpse of a part or a piece or a shrapnel. It's an artifact. Thanks, Ken. Good stuff, brother. Take care, all my kings and queens of YouTube. Folks, stay groovy, stay safe, and Merry Christmas to you. Beer for you. That's okay with me. I'm going to have the coffee. Good stuff. But I'm feeling a whole lot better after that. Oh, the last 2 weeks. Good Lord. That came down all at once and just throw you on the ground. So I'll probably start, doing more live streams like I was doing before. What goes in this? Oh, this one. Man, that kicked my ass. Don't hate getting sick. All right, guys. Stay safe. See you later.